lean in.
What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. Welcome to the lean where we discuss all things reality TV, recaps, panel discussions, you name it. I'm your host, Cortez, and I'm here with Demisio, Antonio, Jasmine, and we're missing Asia, who will be here for next time. But this is the panel for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14. So, how y'all doing today, Jazz? It's been a long time.
I know I missed you guys, even though I talk to you guys every day, it seems like, but I missed you guys.
We do talk every day, but I haven't seen you on the camera, on our screen in a long time. So welcome back, Antonio. You've been here lately. Been out, but you back for Atlanta. And Demisio, who is our newest co-host to the lean. What's up, Demisio? How you doing?
I'm doing good, even though I ain't too happy to see those two. But
oh, child. Here you go. Well, nonetheless, it looks like people we have been.
know that you wearing me low, child.
Okay. Well, for Atlanta purposes, I see we got Dr. Sihu, CJ, Nushka, Derek. A lot of people returning. I've missed a lot of y'all. I mean, we have literally some of y'all I haven't seen in a while. I mean, I think we've seen the most like Potomac and maybe some of the earlier shows, but a lot of y'all dropped off for Jersey. I guess I don't like Jersey.
Where y'all been?
Exactly. But Atlanta is here. And of course, before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. It's going to be a really good season, I feel, especially after the premiere. Probably, hopefully not a long season, but if it is, as long as no misses keep it up, we'll be good. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And let's talk about the peaches. So I'm going to ask everybody individually, just how were y'all feeling yesterday when the episode came out? Because I'm assuming we all watched it live, right?
I did not.
You did. I watched it 30 minutes after because I'm still moving. By the way, excuse my little background. Behind this is my guest bedroom. It is nothing but boxes. I just moved, but nonetheless, how did you feel when you watched it, Jasmine? Like your initial feeling and gut feeling.
I was excited. Like it's been a while. I just wanted to see how everything unfolded. So I was excited. I was glued to the TV, like everyone else,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was excited as well. I always love to see my brown girls, get on the TV and show up and show out. Now, I still felt like something was missing. I don't know what it was or who it was potentially, but I was still excited to see them last night.
Okay. Demisio?
I was excited too. I didn't watch it live, but when I did get around to watching it, I was excited. And I can agree kind of with you, Tonio. It's like even though I really wasn't the hugest Portia fan, her presence was missing. I feel like if she would have came back, that would have solidified that cast for sure. Okay. But I did enjoy it though. Yeah, I laughed the entire hour.
I did laugh. I did laugh a lot, and surprisingly, the person that made me laugh a lot was Miss Boring Candy Burrs. Yeah, she had me cracking. I mean, Kenya too.
It was Kenya for me. It really was.
Kenya had me laughing, but Candy really was in every. If you think about it, she was in every scene.
Yeah.
And it was her little comments that she was making and her little facial reactions. Like she still got boring to me, but she was hilarious. I'll just say that. So to all the Candy Burrs fans out there, I still say what I said, but she was funny. Okay, so I did want to ask before we get started too. One last question we started to recap was, what of the taglines? We didn't talk about them as a panel. They came out last week. They did air them. Usually they don't even show them to like the second episode. Who has your favorite tagline? Demisio.
The Queen Kenya, and then. Second is it Stan? Is that how you say it?
You say it's Sonya.
Sonya.
Her and Kenya tied to me.
Oh, those are your top two?
Yeah. No, like tied. Like they were tied to me. Like
okay, tied. Jasmine?
I just play. Mine was Sheree. I thought that was funny. I like the way I'm glad that she poked fun at herself a little bit. I also liked never mind. It was just her.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I honestly don't think anybody had just a favorite because none of them are anything that I would want to repeat. But if I would have to say the top half for me would be Kenya, Sanya, and Marlo, even though she kind of took Portia's nickname, but yeah.
Peach juice.
Peach.
Okay. I personally, I mean, I like Marlo's. I will say Marlo has been on a press tour of this peach. Like, I know she got it, but I'm kind of tired of. If I see one more photo shoot of this
Listen,
I'm gonna be like, all right, girl, like it's overkill at this point. So that's why I would choose Marlo, but I'm going to say Kenya. I'm gonna say Kenya. I did like. I think that was to the point. And Sheree's was cool, but it's just like, oh, that was so long ago, girl.
It was long ago. I would say the way Marlo said hers. I like.
Yeah, I think that's what it be, Jasmine. Like, they don't put the inflection in their voices like they need to. Like, Drew probably could have delivered a better tagline, but he just didn't do it right. I was
the time was off. Like Marlo was like, but now I got the peach. It was just kind of just like, since we all know that she's been wanting that peach, then it was just like
it ain't giving what Nene used to give. I am the Jones.
Exactly. Which is what popped in my head.
I know what I mean.
Gave that little bit. How she was like, what was it? Something about being the moment or something like that. And you are
clearly it wasn't that good, and you don't even remember it. So move on.
Right. You said you liked it. Then what was it?
I don't really remember any of the tags.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I know Drew's had that terrible. I keep you on the edges of your seat. I said, what?
Wow. I didn't even know that was the edges. That was such a big deal for her to put it in her tagline. Like, I didn't get it.
It would have been appropriate for somebody that was struggling. I mean, does Drew not have edges? I really don't pay attention.
You know, she had that surgery. She didn't have edges, but she had that surgery. She did it first.
Marlo had that surgery. But Drew had it too?
Drew had it first. Marlo went to Drew's doctor.
Surgeries, and we're going to talk about it too. Okay. She had a lot going on. Okay, so in the actual episode, we start off, they already showed this last week or whatever. If you watched the preview, start off with Kenya. You know, Kenya did Dancing with the Stars last season. Was it early this year? Or it was last year.
It was last year, yeah.
We did Dancing with the Stars, and so they start off with her and Brandon, who's her dance partner, which we already know. If you watch the show or follow her journey, you know who it is. Then Candy, Sheree, and Marlo all show up. I see why Marlo did that photo shoot with the short hair. She obviously was giving us a preview for that. I do like the editing, I will say. Like, it seems they're trying to make the show, and I think Chase might have mentioned that the Potomac producers are now doing Atlanta. And I can see that because they're definitely having a lot of fun with the editing. At first, I was like, is it overkill a little early? But then I'm like, you know what? This show needs it because they was losing us. So I'm not mad at it. But they all show up, and you know, Marlo. It was good to see these four girls because we know who they are. You know what I'm saying? We didn't need Drew. We didn't need Sonya. These are like the four girls. Even though Marlo is new having the peach, she ain't new to the Atlanta franchise at all.
Right.
And the conversation, you know, after every intro is really about relationships. They start with Sheree, who talks about Tyrone. We all know Tyrone. If you watch season 4 or if you watch season 10, you know who Tyrone is.
We know Tyrone.
Right. Correct. And so, you know, she goes into her journey about how he's in Philly and how they not really, she kind of trying to be abstinent in sex. Candy talks about her and Todd not having sex. I don't know how that ain't happened. That's surprising. I think they all were surprised to hear Candy having sex because Candy loves sex. And apparently Marlo was dating somebody at one point, but it wasn't a lot going on. Kenya is trying to get divorced, but Mark doesn't want to get the divorce. So I want to hear y'all individual thoughts on this scene because it's like they were trying to have like a reconnection. I actually like the scene, and it could have went longer. I mean, not on that, but maybe something else. But it felt like homegirls getting together for the first time and just kind of like kicking it, you know, having good conversation. What were y'all thoughts? Start with you and tell me.
I thought I liked it. I thought it was like a reintroduction of Atlanta, especially with I was gonna call her Renee, with Sheree joining the cast again. It was like a reintroduction to everybody. Then they bring in the newest cast members, which are Drew and Sonya, whatever her damn name is.
Okay,
So, but I thought it was a great introduction. You get to see Kenya doing her thing. Kenya body looked amazing. They all looked, you know, good in their respective rights, but Kenya looked really good. Like Dancing with the Stars paid the fuck off for her.
Oh yes, yeah, okay. Demetria.
I just want to say this: Kenya like that man, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. The dancing with, she like that man. But I thought the scene was very heartwarming, and like y'all said, getting to a reintroduction for them. I really really enjoyed it. The shade, the all of it, the laughter, catching up with Sheree, like when she walked in and they was talking about what they was talking about. She was like, "Oh, this is my conversation." I said, "Oh, that messy Sheree ain't changed not damn bit. She is still messy." But I loved it, yeah.
Okay, Jasmine.
I really liked the editing of when Sheree was walking up, and they had all of her like tag, like all the shit she said. I was just sitting here giggling at all of that shit. Like it was just like the ooh, like I just
Yeah, I
all
did
the
like that.
like all the gifts like we done put in. It was just good to see her come back in and like them kind of give her props. But I enjoyed the scene. I am really trying to come into the season a clean slate with Kenya.
Yes.
Me as well.
Because I did do that rewatch during our break, and I just I don't still she still kind of rubs me the wrong way, but we'll get to that. But in that scene, I can see I see pageant Kenya, and you can whatever fight me because I say what I said with it. But no, I'm just saying. But I do see in pageant Kenya. She hasn't really gotten me fooled just yet. I see it. I acknowledge it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm trying to be that way with all of them because Drew had really got on my last nerve last season. So I'm going to try not to even bring nothing from last season with Drew, any of them. So, yeah. Everybody kind of got a clean slate a little bit with me now. They kind of put a couple of crumbs on the slate, though, last night. But we'll talk about that as the show goes on.
Right.
How y'all feel about Marlo highlighting her Monty journey? Now, we've already seen this since the season, I believe, when Kenya came back, when Kenya and Mark were on the show, I think that's when. So
was that
3 years
season
ago,
10 or 12?
It was 12 because Kenya took 11 off and came back 12.
Okay.
Well, she didn't take it off; she was not asked back or something like that. But yeah, so she's having 3 years, and so it was good to see Marlo on her own little scene. I guess I'm not the biggest fan of Marlo like that. However, I have like this soft spot because we've seen her so whatever, and so now trying to see her transition to a housewife, I will say a lot of it you can tell she's been like studying and ready for these moments. But it doesn't seem too forced, at least not yet.
Yeah,
at least not in the scene with the kids. Now, it's a TV show, so I say spice it up, make it fun. Of course, damn well, it's Chief and Teddy's little boy that smell other boys' breath, in real life. But for the show, but Marlo is kind of like out there with her words, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's really how she just talked with them. But did y'all have any? Was there anything that changed with that, or did y'all feel anything about those scenes with her and the kids? Because it seems like that's her main storyline for now.
Yeah. I feel like we
a little bit. Not
all, what?
I said see the tad force, just a tad, just like a little smidget.
Okay.
I like it.
I feel like I've seen it before. Okay, you with your nephews? Okay, cool. They want to see.
Joy in that light instead of the light that she's been in the past, like messy and going below the belt. It's actually
it's coming, child. It is coming.
Well, I mean, but see her in her little what she call it, mom tea, like the mode, and how she was interacting with them and stuff like that. It just, it was really wholesome.
I did see this coming right here too. When she flipped the egg, he did say, "Is that necessary?"
I was just say that.
Yeah, so I mean, you can tell she doing a little extra for but I'm gonna let her have it. She's excited. It's just I don't want to see no more photo shoot.
I do not. I don't want to see another peach. I don't want to see a peach purse. I don't want to see a basket full of peaches. I don't want to see none of that shit.
Nothing else, child.
I don't want to see a peach hairstyle. Nothing.
I don't want to see nothing peach colored. Nothing.
Correct. Nothing. Okay. So I see people already talking about Drew. We were just talking about Drew. So let's go ahead and get the Drew conversation out the way. So Jasmine,
I'm gonna stand by it. Look how me sitting up. I'm gonna stand by Drew today.
Now Jasmine, Drew. I'm sorry. Now last year we were like, okay, Drew, and then also it was like,
Yeah.
me and Asia did the season last year for season 13. Now Drew is already back with another scandal with her husband.
Yes.
What I can say is Drew gonna make sure that she has a storyline outside of the girls and inside the girls, whether it's dreadful or not. She gonna make sure. And it's no different this year. She apparently there is this assistant that has been texting and trying to work on Ralph back. Now
Don't blame her.
I
Don't blame her.
Jesus.
Correct. But I'm just a little confused because she had several conversations about this. She talked to Sonya about it. She talked to Candy and Sonya about it. She talked to Kenya about it. And every time it's like she kind of really let the other person that she told, other than the first time, talk and tell the story without kind of saying like, okay, because the way she's acting so calm. It's like, well, damn, they let him do what he gonna do because you don't sound upset. You don't sound like it's hurting you at all. I don't understand it at all. But the story is that there's an assistant that he had to fire, but still been texting. Apparently, has been getting information even while they're filming about it, making posts and stuff like that. And that seems to be her storyline. So, I mean, she has Drop It with Drew this season. Now, between Drop It with Drew, Donkey Booty, or Stallion Booty, which one would y'all buy?
If I was buying one, I would definitely buy King. I would buy Kenya's.
At least Phaedrus is real.
That's true. But now even take Kenya's fake booty allegedly out of the equation.
Allegedly.
Her body is.
I can't even talk to you if you're gonna say allegedly. I can't even talk to you if you don't say allegedly.
That's true. Now Nene said it was a blow up booty.
It was, and I believe that it is. But Kenya has always said it was real. So
okay.
no, I don't want the lean receiving no cease and desist from anybody. So
I don't think she can sue about no damn silicone. Just saying.
Right.
Might be.
So of course, she seems more fit than. But I mean, at the end of the day, like Phaedra's like 5'3", she's short, she's kind of thick. So you really can't see that way. But I would not choose a fake booty over a real booty. But as far as just fitness, Kenya,
that's what we talk about, baby. The video, not the actual booties.
No, I don't care. I don't want nothing fake. I don't want nothing fake.
Okay, God. So you obviously said that. So then back to Drew exactly. Like, what y'all think about? I see people in the comments talking about Drew. You know what? I'm giving Drew another chance, but this part of her, this storyline is draining already, and I'm like, because nobody is that damn stupid. I'm just
my God.
Clearly she is.
Saying, even I mean, just look how Candy was like talking to her and was just like, huh? He said what? He did what? Like, come on, Drew, snap into it. You've been married for a while now. Let's be a wife.
She reminded me of Lisa Nicole. I think that she's well aware of the things that go
very
on.
Much so.
Yeah.
But she just is not going to tell you guys. Like, she's not us.
I agree, Jasmine.
She's not going to tell nobody for real. Like, she's calm now, but she did say she took all her shit and went home, like to another city or state or whatever.
She went back to Chicago. That man, I think that man cheating on her ass. And she know it. He know it. The kids probably even know it.
Yeah,
so,
my God.
I'm just talking to you. I don't do that.
Yeah, I just don't think. I think that she pushed in a moment that she is probably really crazy and be snapping on his ass. But when she gets in front of the camera, that's why Sanya, I feel like she told the truth about her. She's just not being 100% real. Like, and I like Drew because I think that her personality is quirky. I think it's funny. Yeah. But as far as just this storyline, she's not being 100% real because she knows that she either hurt her or she's gonna allow him to cheat, and she's okay with it. If she's gonna be letting him cheat, she's gonna have to be quiet about it. She's gonna have to quit bringing it up.
Exactly. That's it.
That's my about the whole situation. It's just like, girl, Drew, you sound absolutely ridiculous. Like, and it's just like when he came in, even when first of all, when she was telling whatever her name is, Sonya, when they switched to the guys talking, even just listening to what he was saying, it's just like, Ralph, like, you are a damn liar. You are what Mark disgusting liar. And then when they went to the house and she was talking to Candy and her about it, and he came in the garage and he came in talking about which version are you telling them? It's like, what? Like, the audacity for me, but
and then he was
saying,
finna say,
like,
well, my
nobody-
back was really hurting. Like he was even finna say that part, like,
it's
yeah,
just like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like nobody, I mean, come on now. Like at that point, you are an enabler. You want it to happen because no one's gonna sit there and be that damn disrespected. I mean, goddamn. Drew seemed like she
clearly somebody is.
I mean,
Drew
people
is.
will. But the way that Drew, which she said, I'm from Chicago, don't fuck with me, bitch. Well, she said
I'll run a bitch head into the gate.
Yeah. Right. So I'm like, if you're gonna do all that, then I'm just you're not gonna be disrespectful like that. I'm just saying. But then again, maybe she would. So but did y'all catch when she told Sonya when she was like, he said if he had to choose between a dream or Drew, he would choose
He's gonna choose his dream.
And she was like, yeah, he said that. And she was like, what? He said that.
Yeah. He busted out laughing too, like it was funny.
It's like she thought it was cute. I'm like,
she thought it was cute as well. Like, oh girl, he just playing. No, bitch, he don't want
this is not cute. It is not cute. So we move on to Sonya.
I think he's mean though. I think that I like Sonya though, because I used to watch her show back in the day. But I do think in that moment of Marlo's archive thing, I do think that she was I don't know, I'm sorry. I do think that she did go to be messy. And I think that every time I actually thought honestly that when it came to Drew's story, that she was the one telling everybody. Like every time that her and Drew got together, she was the one that told Candy. She started the conversation in the group at the Marlo event too.
Well, no, I thought that was Candy.
That was Candy. Because Candy was saying she found the girl.
Sonya told it to her when Candy came over. Then Candy told it to Candy brought it up to Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just think that she's a little bit messy, but I like her though. I like her vibe.
Opinion, Drew needs to run for the hills and divorce him next season to give her a storyline. Because she needs to get away from that man, like for real. Like unless she okay with him cheating, like if she's one of those type of women that's like, long as she's the main one that's being showed off and all that. If she's one of those, then it's cool. Like you said, Jab, she just needs to quit talking about it. But if she's gonna be talking about it and stuff like that and call herself being upset about it, you just divorce him because it is clear that he does not respect you or care marriage at all. Like he was literally just, I'm a boy. Like what type of response is that? Like, no, you should have automatically shut that down. Like, no, I'm fine, I don't need a massage from you. Like it's just was saying was just excuses, and it's just like, oh my god, I just want to jump through the screen like on him for her. And I'm not even a Drew fan at all. I really can't stand her. She is very much a young restless trying to create a script. But it's just like, I feel truly sad for her because like Ralph is pathetic and low, and that is just the truth. And she needs to get far, far away from him.
Okay. What do you think of Sonya, Antonio?
I like Sonya. I always give the newbies a chance. Now, I will say, I feel like because you on the show, people gonna see it. Before I get to that, I like her son. I think is what's probably gonna seal her deal a lot because he seems very intelligent for his age. And when they asked me, "You want a brother or a sister?" and he said a dog, that made me laugh a little bit. But I like their dynamic. Cute. Even though I couldn't understand a fucking word that her daddy was saying, but I like their family dynamic.
When I tell you, I was like, I'm looking at the subtitles like.
Closed captions on because I
really looked at it because I have Jamaican in my family and stuff like that, so it's very hard to understand them. However, I thought that they got the captions right for what they had put on. What they were saying. I thought that was cool that they got what he was saying right correct.
But I can already see Sonya gonna be a little messy this season, and they have said that Sheree ain't necessarily the bone carrier this season, so it might just be Sonya.
She carried a bone too. We gonna get to that scene because I want to do talk about that. Now, Sonya's individual storyline is, it seems like her husband, they've been together, she said over half her life. So
they've been together 18 years.
Okay, well 18 years. So she's probably like what, 36, 30, she's 35. She's young. She's young.
She's younger than what I thought she was.
Right. She looks good. She's a cute girl, very small. And he wants a daughter.
Yeah.
She don't really want a daughter. She said that the last child, which is their son, kind of took them through there and he wasn't present.
Yeah.
And so in the scene with her and her family, her mom and dad, the dad was kind of like advocating for the husband, but the mom was like, you shut your ass up because listen, that ain't you stay out of it. In so many words, because I really can understand, to be honest. So that's what I got from the subtitles. But I don't know, like I'm curious to see like what happens. I'm curious to learn more about them. They've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
And she's Drew's friend, but we know that they are gonna fall out at some point because we saw that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But what another thing that was kind of telling to me in that situation when she was like, yeah, you know, when she was saying that she had the son and he wasn't present and that kind of put a strain on them in so many words. And he was like, well, not having one, another one could do the same.
You're right.
I was like, yikes.
That's true.
Back in the day, he begged her for the son that he has now. Like it took a while for her to have that child.
Okay.
So he was saying the same thing. Like it's kind of deja vu to see him saying it on this show. Like he was saying the same thing. Like he really wanted a child really bad with her, and she was really in her prime of running and stuff like that. So she was having that, of course, debate of doing that. So I'm glad to see that she did have that child, but to ask her for another one because it was just like, well, you know, that the show was off by then, but I guess that's really crazy that he begs her for that child, but then doesn't be present. So I can only imagine how she's feeling as a woman to be begged again for another child and then risking your marriage in and then on reality TV at that.
Yeah.
I
was like, ooh, they're coming in issues. I don't know.
Yeah, since her mom is so pretty, she's always been pretty. I was reading the comments.
Her mom is very pretty.
But you watched the show, Jasmine. So you watched her show?
Yeah, I watched the show. Me and my mom used to watch that show back in the day. They both was runners. She was a little bit more successful than he was. So they had those types of things. She had her sister was on the show. They've always lived together, but she had a sister on the show. Her husband was on the show. It was really good. I liked it. I mean, but it might have been a Jamaican thing or something. I don't know.
Her mom is definitely beautiful. She is very pretty.
She is, Derek.
The dad was kind of fine too.
I mean, they come from like a good little.
They ain't aged at all.
They look really good for parents. I mean, just parents in general, like they all look good. So yeah, I agree.
Husband do too.
I try sometimes when she's speaking, like I hear her accent and then it goes away. Like
that's why I don't understand that. I'm like, does her parents bring that out? But then I'm like, in some of them other scenes that they showed for later on in the season, her parents wasn't around. So does she turn it on and turn it off?
Yeah, just like
I don't know.
Damson Idris, what is his name? Damson on Snowfall. He can go from his British accent into
when he acting.
Right. So I believe that when she's just talking, she just regular around her surroundings. She's probably a chameleon at this point.
Personally, that was irritating the shit out of me. I was like, girl, if you don't pick one, she kept going. I mean, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I could hear it, then it would go away, and then I'm just like, okay. And
then I'll be also another thing. It didn't sound like her daddy's and her mom's. Theirs, even though they've been here for many, many years, their Jamaican accent is still very thick. She said she moved to the States when she was 12. Hers sounded a little forced to me.
You think
okay.
Yeah.
I see who's that, right? Somebody see Megan said with certain words it can come out, and then Brooke says I have friends who are children of immigrants who turn it on and off all the time, especially Africans. Oh, that's true. That's very true.
Okay.
I guess you're just watching it,
Even though they've been here since they were 12.
I guess by the end of the season we'll know because we'll see like how she really. What you say, Antonio?
Even though they've been here, she's been here since she was 12.
And she very much so expressed Atlanta, like she was like, I'm Atlanta. So right. I mean, I don't know.
If I get around, if you could be like. I am from Chattanooga, Tennessee, but if I get around some of them Creole families or some of them Jamaican families, and I think I'm straight from now. Okay, I am from now.
Hold on, wait a minute. You can't see in mail. I hear comparing Dorit to Sonya. I know y'all fucking lying.
But it comes down when
Dorit is a damn liar.
Dorit is from motherfucking Connecticut.
Right.
Connecticut.
She was never even over there to get that accent. Stop it.
I went to school in Texas.
Whoever is it never like yeah. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so that's Sonya, and we're gonna talk about her. I like her. She coming in hot, but she has a little bit of element of shade. She is a little messy. So somebody said in the comments that she's the most authentic that we've had in a while of a new person. I don't know that yet. It's one episode.
Yeah.
However, I do like her. I do like her.
Yeah, I like her too.
I'll say that. And she meshes well with the girls kind of already, just on this first episode. So we'll see. Okay, so Marlo's invite. You said what did you say?
I said I'm still kind of like feel her out. I can't say that I dislike her or like her. She's just kind of there with like right now for me.
Okay. I'm looking at these comments. They still out here talking about this damn thing. Shout out to Connecticut. Anyway, Marlo's invite. What the hell did y'all think of that invite? I have seen many invites. I will take.
We don't watch Carrie Hugo invite people with butterflies, so I know we're not going to talk about Marlo.
But that was just tacky. I'm sorry. First of all, you bring a person with a nice dress on and a top knot bun with a laptop. Was the laptop even a Mac?
No. Oh wow! Wait a minute.
Then you put the archive on the front of it, like you tape it on, and then she opened the laptop, and then that is some tacky ass shit. If I ain't never seen, why not just send the video to the phone or email?
Yeah, it was a few tacky things at that fashion exhibit.
Right.
So
we're gonna come there too, because we about to get there in a second too. As a matter of fact, okay, so I think we all agree that it was tacky, right? The invite was tacky, right?
Yeah, I do.
Did anybody think that the invite was nice? Brittany said the model was pretty. She was very pretty.
Pretty.
That was the nicest thing.
It was okay. I mean, I didn't think it was
Jasmine.
Okay. I'm not even a Marlo fan, but I'm just not that. Like if I know my friends live in a nice ass house and shit like that, and they got a damn model and shit, I'm not gonna worry about the Mac computer stuff like that. But if I'm gonna be shady and be trying to be on the details and stuff, yeah, it was kind of low budget. It was.
Well, even if I don't like, even if it was a Mac, I still wouldn't have liked somebody.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. But I'm just saying the principles. I think that was definitely a Dell laptop.
First of all, I work for Dell. We're not going to do that.
Said it was an Acer. I think it was definitely in the comments. Let us know what laptop y'all thought it was.
Y'all are not going to play with me.
Because I got a Dell right here too for work.
Baby, it was given insignia.
And it looked heavy.
Make laptops.
It looked heavy. It looked like her hand, like she was struggling to hold it. So I don't know.
The laptop was motherfucking 3 feet long and 4 feet wide.
It wasn't a Dell. I can't believe y'all came.
Go ahead, Amicio.
Kenya tickled me when it got to Kenya. Oh my God. I was like, Kenya is a mess, but that's how I was feeling too. Like Marlo is a mess. Marlo, if anything, she could have just sent that, like you said in the video, like Wendy did when she invited them to that nude interlude. That's all Marlo had.
I feel like if she spent $40,000 on that, then it needs to be something. The invite needs to be like some type of keepsake. Like it needs to be some type of a frame with a video playing or some shit. Not no damn insignia laptop.
They are going in, but no, what Kenya did not tell no lies. I will say,
that's supposed to be your friend. That's when.
Now I will say that I was thinking like, damn, Kenya already, and the model said. She said that's not nice. She said no.
She didn't say that.
That's great.
That's not nice.
But she doing it in front of this man. That's one thing. That's why I can't stand about Kenya. She would do flips and do flips and pussy pops in front of any man that she likes. She don't have no motherfucking morals or scruples when she gets in front of a man that she likes. And that's why I can't stand about Kenya, because he's just sitting up there and she just thinks she's doing something funny. But at the end of the day, she done already disrespected Marlo's businesses before. So why not come in like you got motherfucker? I can't stand. That's when she took the turn from me. Because I was enjoying her the whole.
Well, we got some more to go, Jan. So hold on to that light, the king, because she had another good moment after that. Actually,
did she? Oh God.
Okay.
Y'all about my Dell computers and stuff. Y'all know I work for Dell. I cannot even believe y'all.
You said what, Amicio?
I'm talking to Jen, her coming. Like, let's be clear. Like, okay, yeah, we can get Kenya and Marlo made up, but like, let's be for real. Like, yeah, no.
Uh-oh.
speaks to what we
Danny
see.
said Key needs to go to sleep. It was late in Atlanta.
Right. We need to talk about what we seen. And what we seen last year is they tag team on somebody by the name of Portia, and then they became friends. So let's not go into this season starting off the first episode being shaded like that to somebody like that you supposed
Well,
to.
y'all know Kenya gonna always be Kenya now. I'm just
I
saying.
guess that's some
Especially when they ain't really friends in the first place. She don't like Marlo.
They ain't friends. They ain't.
Exactly. That's why I just like, girl, Jasmine.
Marlo
No.
fell right into that trap last
she was
season
on
and
the
went
she
against
came
Portia.
to your little dance recital. I mean, your little dance rehearsal, and now and she dressed like Rizzo and stuff, but now you're like being funny and funny. Like I guess
You are going in. So Marlo's event, her actual event, I think we also all agreed that it was okay. Okay, so the event. Let's just say that
It was an event.
I didn't see I didn't see an issue with it. I just
didn't-
feel like it was for what she did, it could have been a much smaller space.
Yeah.
And it would have seemed better, but it was a very big venue. And
Yeah.
it was just space of just mannequins, which is why she spent all that money on the mannequins. And when she got to the invite, she said, "Oh shit, I got to send invites out."
oh my god, it's ridiculous.
40K, that ain't, I mean, and I'm sure a lot of that went to the actual venue where she had it. It was just, I didn't mind the exhibition. I didn't mind the mannequins with the clothes on. And I love that she could say, oh, this is a Yves Saint Laurent purse and this person had it and it retails. Like, I love that she was able to really call out her stuff in like the Valentino gown that she wore to her 35th birthday. So my only thing is, and I've seen this before, and if y'all watch Selling Sunset, like 2 of the girls last season went to a showroom to like rent them like a cocktail party dress. So we've seen that before. It's just that these are Marlo's clothes. So I hope that she looks at like expanding not just to her clothes, but she acquires other pieces where someone who is Candy size can go and maybe rent something for her. Because right now these are Marlo's clothes. So it's like, so damn, if somebody's smaller than you, they're going to have to alter your shit. Is that how it's going to work? Or you just going to lose out on that money? So it's like her clientele, which could really be like this much people, is now down to this many because it's like they have to be the shape and size of Marlo to be able to wear her stuff because those are her clothes.
Okay. I mean, my thing is Marlo has had plenty of time to get this whole thing together, not the event, but this whole vision, this brand. I think it premiered like 2 seasons ago, I think, maybe. It wasn't last season, right?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, was it last season? Was still?
What? No, I thought it was.
I thought
I think it was season 11. I mean,
No,
not 11, 12. 12.
I thought it was 12.
No,
but I don't know.
Fallon went to visit her at that little spot, right?
Oh, you know what?
It
wasn't 12 because 12 was key. Was her hair stuff, her wig.
That's right. It was
13. So it's been a year or whatever, or some time. But I just want her to get better with explaining what exactly the shit is. Because it seems like when people ask her questions, she gets upset really because she don't really know what to say. Because I mean, it's only so many times she can say, "You're supposed to be in Paris. These are my clothes. These are designers. This like," because girl, you can go. It's old designer. Like you ain't giving this stuff enough time to become vintage. It was just one a year ago. Like it's old. I'm just saying it's like an old collection. So why would I want to come and wear this? Because you're
some of it was vintage pieces though, like stuff that she's worn back in 2000.
But she got J-Lo's dress, didn't she?
She had J-Lo's.
I don't think that was J-Lo's dress.
I was thinking that was like,
because if you watch Drag Race,
J-Lo's.
Okay. If you watch Drag Race, that was J-Lo's dress. That on that mannequin that was on the ground and that damn what Sheree called it, apartment store, that was not J-Lo's dress.
I don't think that was her actual. I think that was a dress. That was a Versace dress like the one J-Lo wore. I don't think that was actually J-Lo's dress. I think Candy and them just said that just because
they was throwing a lot of shade. That Tanya, Sonya was throwing shade, Drew was throwing shade, Todd
threw shade. They all did. Sheree was like, "What is going on with this?"
But Sheree and Sonya brought that to Marlo, correct?
My only thing about the
so why would they was talking about her just to bring
well, of course. I don't think any of it was bad shade though. I thought it was. I mean, it was like it's an event, so in every event, it's always gonna be some shade. It is what it is. Go ahead, Demetrio.
My only thing about the event is I actually agree with what Kenya said. Had it been like some models there to model some of the clothes and stuff like that, it just would
I
have made
don't. I think that would have made it because it's like, oh, these random people walking down in these random clothes. So it's like, you typically see a fashion show, like the stuff is cohesive. And then this is like, oh, somebody walking out in something orange and somebody walking out in a dress that looked like Versace. I think the way she did it was a great idea because I don't think it's something that anyone has done before, especially in Atlanta. I just feel like it could have been executed better, especially with them waiters walking around with those paper plates with those orders on.
I agree
Not
with
the paper
that.
plate, child.
I agree with that. I think that what I agree with what's her name Kenya saying is that she didn't have the marketing behind it, the thought behind it. She
Right.
didn't have that push.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
great idea. Even what she's doing is great. If she just knew what
Yeah.
she was wanting to say, like I'm putting these clothes in a position to be worn on TV and movies, and I'm putting it in a position to be grabbed up by production companies. Then if she would just start saying that, then people would leave her alone. But she does, she's kind of insecure about her. Like, and I don't say
Yeah.
this to be sounding like pretentious or like being shady. She's insecure about her intelligence because it's been talked about a lot. So I think that she gets it too. Like when she has to talk and really express herself intelligently, she gets kind of like stutter step. Like, I don't, she just be like, all right, just look at the shit and go. This is my shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like I really, that's what I picked it. So I think that Kenya was right in what she was saying about it, but I think as a friend, since it's you could have been
Yeah, she did.
Even about
Bella
the way the
said she
name
went
was
in.
said, right? Yeah, spelled.
Kenya was going in, and I was confused because I'm like, well, damn, even Kenya being a vet, she didn't really give us a chance to build up the issue. It's just like, damn, we already getting it right now.
Out the gate, Kenya was hitting, even with the whole it's misspelled, in which in that case. She was being shady. I was gonna try to take up for Kenya, but yeah, when she called that out, she was definitely being shady. And Sonya backed it up. So yeah.
They all been out there for a year. She could have been told her it was misspelled.
Go ahead.
When they became friends last year, she could have told her.
Mm-hmm.
They all were extremely we're not just gonna put this all on Kenya. They all were extremely shady.
They weren't all extremely shady. Kenya was the only one that was extremely shady. The others were shady, yes. But even just asking a question so how does it work? Because nobody knew how it really worked. Nobody knew that it was 10% or whatever of the retail value or 25% or whatever it was of the retail value of the piece per day for 7 days. Nobody knew that. So I think asking that question was okay because you don't know who these people know. Drew, although she may be a C or D list actor, Drew still acts. So you never know that someone may call her and they may be looking for a wardrobe stylist and she can say, oh, my homegirl has this and this is how it works. So even still, people need to know what's going on. Kenya just went that extra mile to really put that motherfucking knife in Marlo.
Hold on a second, Antonio. So Charles said Kenya and Candy were shading Marlo pretty heavy the entire episode. I really agree. That's who I think. I think they led the most shade, and I'm not saying they were the only ones, but their shade was led into Marlo from. Candy is not innocent. Like she had me laughing. She wasn't laughing because she wasn't doing it. She was laughing because she's being shady, and she was throwing her little jabs with her little voice. And
even when she said Marlo, people still don't know what you do.
Exactly.
Right. Tommy from Martin, what?
Even in the confessionals and stuff like that. So we can already see that Marlo definitely gets into a big issue with Kenya and definitely with Candy. So I mean, we see where it's coming from, and I know also Marlo is very sensitive. So we'll see. How did y'all feel? How did y'all feel about the situation with Drew trying to talk to Kenya, Demisio? Because just give me your thoughts on that first. I'll say mine. Go ahead, Demisio.
Talking about
when she pulled it to the side and was like, let's start over, clean slate.
Like that. It's just my thoughts on it. Y'all know I'm a Kenya stan, but it's just Drew, girl, it's really nothing to start over about. You manufactured the drama with Kenya last year. She didn't really even give a damn about you. You literally made it a problem with her. You really just kept going on and on and on about something that really wasn't even that big of an issue in the first place. So it's just girl, if you would have just shut the hell up last year, hell, it wouldn't even really be nothing to move on. Like, girl, Drew, lame, dry, irritating, same as last year.
Okay. Jasmine.
I thought it was, just Drew being Drew. She just has that personality. She just kind of just wanted to kind of clear the air, I guess. I think that saying maybe like not acknowledging that Kenya, really was kind of being picking on, not picking on her, but it kind of just doing little shit to her as well in the beginning of the season. I believe that, Drew and hers like interaction with each other were warranted on both ends. So I think that it was kind of maybe necessary if you're gonna just kind of if to start the show. I think it was necessary for them to kind of just be like, okay, I know that because I mean the son was involved in everything on the reunion, so I thought it was appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, not right. I'm sorry, sweetie.
And I agree with what Mr. Williams said as well. I feel like Drew knew that she would need some type of an alliance with a heavy hitter. So why not go ahead and go to Kenya? Their issues weren't that deep. So yeah, go ahead, go to her, pull her to the side. They did kind of argue about some stuff. They argued even at the reunion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she wasn't going to be able to just come up to Kenya and, everything's going to be okay. Right. Pull you to the side, nip this in the bud right quick. Hey, I'm cool. I'm sorry. Let's start over. Bam. Let's keep it moving. So exactly. I appreciate the way that she did it.
Right here. That is my whole point of view. It's just like, girl, Kenya talked about your wig. You act like Kenya just really just woe you out. Like she made.
Baby, you got a real problem with telling people how much they should be mad about something or when they should be mad about something. Because we were talking about the other thing. You was like, well, she didn't do it that much. No, at the beginning of the thing, don't do it at all. Like at the end of the day, she did. She came into the door. She didn't have to say nothing about that girl wig. Period. We can say that we can say that she's like, okay, let's get over it. But at the end of the day, like I said, it was warranted on both ends, though.
Yeah,
but technically, before you was talking about her wig, Kenya just kind of laughed and kind of agreed with her.
Kenya called her a stray as well.
He did. Somebody put that in the comment. Do y'all think that? Do you think that Kenya will clash with Sonya? Because she in the confessional, she was like, "Is it Sonya? What?"
No, I don't think that was there. I don't think she looked at me because we done it so many times. I don't know that girl name is for it.
But at this point,
it is spelled SAN.
But let me say this though. At this point, they had filmed a lot for these confessionals. She know that damn girl name. So
that's true.
We just saw the episode last night. She had filmed a lot with this girl, and then they did their first set of confessionals. This happened in the confessional. So if she doing it in the confessional, that's obviously shade.
But I do think that they are going to have some issues because it seemed like Sonya and Marlo are pretty cool. So I think that I don't think Sonya and Kenya will have a big issue, but I don't think that they will really see eye to eye. Even when she introduced herself to Kenya, it was just kind of like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And that was it. I didn't see her talk to her for the rest of the night or rest of the show.
She doesn't go that far with strong. It's like she has a lot of confidence and she seems like a strong individual. Kenya doesn't really go after people like that because Kenya never really started to show off going at Candy at all. She, I'm saying, she kind of knows. I feel like she picks and chooses and knows who to mess with because Sonya don't look like she like no punk either.
Yeah.
Just looking through the comments, seeing that so Gator Babe said Drew is super corny and her storyline is fake. We said that earlier too. Brooke said King knew that girl name, and then Charles said King only goes so to told people who she finds a threat. Sonya is too nice. All right, we'll see. I don't know if she's too nice though. We're gonna see. It's interesting. This scene, they were all talking. Now Marlo came out with her loofah dress or with a poofy dress. Then she came back out with her little candy dress that Sheree called it. Very good description.
That was good shade.
That was some good shade. And I think Danny said, I didn't watch what's happening live, but she said that Marlo laughed about it on the show.
He did because he asked her what she thought about it. She was like, I can't even lie. I laughed at that shit too.
Okay. And go ahead.
Because I don't think we talked about this because we've been kind of talking about the Sonya and them going out and Marlo and stuff about the event. But can we talk about when Sheree met Drew and Ralph?
Oh yes, she did. I wrote that down. But yes, you're right. So when she met them, she said, "This is Drew." She said, "I heard so much about you." She said, "Hopefully good things." She said, "Yeah, of course."
Yeah.
I did see that. I was like, oh, you
Right.
know.
You
Like
know
I'm not
what?
trying to do some of this.
We talking about people coming at or shading Marlo. Like I feel like Drew called a lot of unnecessary
Right.
shade last night. Not because that from Sheree, I can kind of see why they gonna end up having an issue
You
because
saying that
clearly,
Drew? You saying Drew got shaded a lot for no reason?
yeah, like when Marlo let that girl have it,
She
when it
did. So
went down.
Danny said in the comments like she said the least, but got shaded the most
But
because
and I
she's
think
an
because she's
easy
an easy read.
she's an
Yeah.
easy target. And so before we talk about that part, of course, like I said, Sonya and Sheree, they run over to Marlo Child and they talking, telling her everything that Kenya said. Literally, Sonya starts it off. You know,
Yeah.
she's like, and I'm like, okay, Sonya, I see what you're doing, girl. Okay,
Yeah.
but you over here with Sheree, the old bone collector. Let's see what this is about. I'm like,
Right.
okay, you know, and then Marlo instantly gets upset. She instantly calls Kenya
A
broke,
bitch
a bitch, a hoe, or
has
something.
been or something.
She
Yes.
right. She goes in on.
Has
I'm like,
been.
here we go. So after that, she goes back over there. I guess she goes on this rant where she wants to read everybody. She called them the money girls, and I love how Candy was like, "Well, hold up now, don't basically like telling them from the couch like she said y'all ain't got no money."
Right.
But she goes at them, and first Kenya's like, "Are you talking to me?" And then they had a moment. But like you said, Drew got it the worst. She caught by Drew French roll, which actually was my favorite line of the
Oh
night. She
my
was like, "You said it was a gala, bitch." I
God.
Like
fell
you wear
out.
just French rolls to
Roasted
galas. Like,
galas.
I
Right.
fell out. I was like, "That is some funny shit."
but I do like how Drew was just kind of like laughing it off. Like Marlo, like for real, you coming
Girl.
there? She even was like, Drew, I don't expect you to understand like what's going on. She told
Yeah,
Drew that she wasn't accomplished. She wasn't accomplished, or no, you're not as successful. Because she was
Successful.
asking him about the private
Yes.
school. Kenya said no. Candy said no. Drew said yeah, and she said something like, "Well, you're not as successful." So I was like,
yeah,
Marlo is really kind of letting Drew have it, dragging her by her little beads on her damn
Right.
French roll, her little
mm.
croissant on the back of her head.
Right. The little things in it. Little-
And
But when Marlo
oh,
got up though and looked at it and like pointed, I was like, I
But I
did
don't
like
want
that.
them to start just trying to do little shit to her because she don't really know how to like drill back,
That's what
like
it's gonna be.
flame back at their ass. Because at the end of the day, Marlo's an easy read too, bitch. You got on that little wig, and your edges ain't even back all the way. Like
And
she
that's
could
what Kenya told her ass. Kenya
right,
said, you need to learn how to read first.
right.
what?
So
But you
Marlo
know
said,
what? And
you
I was gonna
just
say something. That's you know what they really be reading these comments because we are the ones that told Marlo that she goes below the belt. Now she's verbally stating it
saying that she
because
go below the belt.
she's saying it. So it's just like okay, they reading these damn comments. They read what we saying. She was like, I don't read. I go below the belt. It's like oh Lord, Marlo, which clearly she does because she don't know how to read. Um,
right.
even these interviews we saw in the last week on what show was that? The Wendy show or something like that. It was, and she
Yeah.
was interviewing. I was like Marlo.
I mean,
It's
because even her calling Kenya a has been, it's like, okay, let's be real. Marlo, like, I ain't no Kenya fan, but if Kenya's a has been, you will never been. Like for real.
I
right.
guess they ain't never
I
been.
never will be. Like,
Yeah,
let's be for
never
real.
will
Stop
be.
it.
But you see, this is another thing with Sheree. I'm tired of this bone carrier role because I feel like it's what got her out both
The last
times.
time.
And I
agree.
feel like when I saw her run over and do that to talk, even though it was more well, Sheree led it, Sonya did it because Sheree said, "Come
Sheree
on."
said, let's walk over here.
He said,
But
"Let's walk
Sonya
over
did
here
it,
and talk to them." Correct. So,
which makes me think that they edited out when Sheree told her, hey, you go ahead
uh
and
huh.
say. Yeah.
It's something going on, but I want Sheree to really back in because I don't want her. Well, if she goes, she go. But if she leave again, don't bring that lady back.
Like, don't.
I
Don't bring
personally
her back.
she's not if she do, I don't think that she's gonna full on take on the bone carrier role like she did in the past. I think she's gonna be messy and stuff because it wouldn't be Sheree if she wasn't, being messy. But I don't think she's gonna full fledged do it like she did season 10 with Kim. And even
Yeah.
if she do full on do it, I don't think she's gonna just blindly follow anybody. Cause I mean, let's just be realistic. Like Sheree is just not like buddy as far as with them starting the filming and that time when the show is or whatever. I don't think she just really ready with a lot of them right now or yet or anything like that to just do like what she was doing when Kim was on the show. I think she's gonna equally bone carry if she do full on take it. Like I said, all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with this statement right here that Marlo is better when she's just regular talking, like having a regular conversation. She's funny. Like when she was with the kids and she was like, yeah, smell his breath and see if he brushes teeth. To me, that was funny. That was like off the cuff. It was normal, like regular talk. But when she's trying to really be funny, it doesn't really work for her.
It's rehearsal and they were sitting on the couch talking and she told Candace, she was like, girl, just lay there. That was like hilarious.
Well, she was looking at the way somebody said the way she was looking at the way that she literally peeked behind Drew's head and looked at the hair before she insulted. It gave Portia when she said, and you have a good day with your ashy feet. Thought about it. Like I was like, this is a funny shit.
And we are what 8 years later, and 9 years later, Kenya still got ashy feet.
That was something she said. My feet, they
ashy.
Bless it.
It was a lot of other good moments too. They Kenya with her La Bay by Marlo, that took me out.
Did you hear the voiceover of Marlo? It was like how many men she had to ride. That I didn't catch it until the second time I watched it. I said, oh.
I caught that. I guess Marlo called herself trying to come for Candy, and basically like saying like I think she asked. They asked about the kids going to private school. She asked Candy, she go to private school. Is that how she got successful? She asked Candace how she got her money, and then she went to Drew. I'm just like, child, Marlo. I guess that was Marlo's way of saying, "Bitches, don't try me." Do you think she succeeded or not, or did it fall flat? Which I think.
No, I think she had some funny moments with Drew, but even like when you read somebody and they really like took you serious, you can tell on the other person that they know they got read. Kenya was laughing at her ass. Candy was still giggling too, like, girl, go on, Marlo, you ain't really that girl. Like, sit down. So
it was kind of like last year when she left the New Orleans dinner, she went the wrong way.
I'm still mad. Don't look at me.
But I think she got a couple of funny comments in on Drew, but I wouldn't count like, because again, Drew is like that's an easy target. So
she wasn't even trying to like she
I won't say that she just like I won't say that because obviously she didn't read them, but I do think that little moment that she had with them was definitely hilarious because she did really go over there and like for what it was worth, she did cuss their ass out. Now whether it or took her serious or not, it kind of really don't matter because she did come over there and she did cuss their ass out. So regardless of whether you want to laugh it off or not, like she cussed every single last one of y'all out. Like she
got it off her chest. She said what she had to say.
She got it off her chest. They laughed at her.
Yeah, but they did laugh at her. And then Danny said it fell flat because Candy and Kenya read her the most, but they got read the least.
Right.
And didn't really get read. She wasn't gonna read Candy. I'm sorry. Candy was gonna get the crying and she's about to get hyped, so that wasn't gonna happen.
Sammy, you see Cortez.
That wasn't gonna happen. My business, my business. You know how she do. Okay. And that was pretty much the episode. Like overall, really good episode. We did miss some parts, of course. Somebody mentioned, I think Dr. C who mentioned about the workout scene. I didn't really talk about it because I mean, Drew in that whole moment about losing weight. I did see her posting a lot real time last year about losing weight, but they called her out. She said she lost 25 pounds in 3 weeks, and the caption said 10 pounds. So it's like lie number one.
I mean, you can look at the pictures and tell it was only like 10 pounds at the most. It was 10 pounds. I was like, if Drew would have lost 25 pounds, she would have been a lot slimmer. And I think Drew is beautiful. But come on, Drew. Like, stop.
I just need her to stop.
Drew said she had a mommy makeover. I was like,
right. Now, if you're down there, just do everything, baby. They didn't take shit out
at all. Not that they take shit out. They may have just taken a look. Maybe it was a little wide away. They pulled out.
Well, she could have just peed. They could have gave her a pill and told her to go down and pee. But don't you get under no knife talk about take some stuff out and you still like Humpty and Dumpty. Like I like it.
I want to see her fit. She is eating Candy was like, you still look a little thick.
Now,
like,
Candy got some nerves because she looks like
I'm like Candy girl, you got some nerve because I ain't seen you.
My body look a whole lot better than Drew.
But no, but when she gets thick, she looks like an Oompa Loompa. So she needs to just slide down, calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
And also say, Bravo did tickle me this episode with the throwback videos and stuff like that. Like when they was when Candy and Sonya was at Drew house and they was talking and she was telling Candy what was going on. And Candy was like, oh hell no to the no not, and they played charade right beside her. I think those little moments and stuff like that was like funny. Yeah,
the editing was definitely good. I can definitely tell they're trying to entertain us. So I'm glad that we need it for Atlanta. So I'm excited for that. I sent the link in the chat for a few calls. I know we right at our hour time. However, it's the premiere, so we got a little time to spare. But these shows don't usually go over an hour. But I do have a question for the panel. Chase sent me a question to ask you all, and I guess me too. So the question is, right? Chase, he asked in the comments. I don't know why he just didn't get on here and ask the question himself, but I guess maybe he got his good wig on today. I don't know. So Chase said, "Do you all think that this will be the group moving forward, and could you all see it becoming iconic and or returning Real Housewives of Atlanta to its former glory?"
I think anything, honestly, Chase, to me, anything is a step up from last season. So I feel like with production, they're going to put their best foot forward to try and make this land as much as possible. But they're still, like I said before at the very beginning, I still feel like something is missing. I don't know. It could be an old girl. It could be potentially somebody new. I just don't think this is the new groundbreaking group going forward.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's iconic. I don't
say beautiful gowns.
I don't think it's iconic at all, but I do like it is refreshing to have a real show that's not just after just attacking one person. We're not talking about the same storyline for the whole season. It's giving us variety. Like we got some Drew, we got some Marlo, we got some Kenya, we got what I'm saying, Candy still hasn't brought much, but that's just to be expected. But yeah, outside of that, yeah.
Yeah, but now I am intrigued. I want to see what they do. But yeah, I agree.
Me personally, I probably would have took a couple of those girls out and replaced them with a couple of the older girls that were there. That's just my personal opinion. But I am interested to see the dynamic and how the season plays out with them, stuff like that. Because I am interested in some of these little feuds and stuff. Like I'm interested to see what happened between Sonya and Drew. I'm very much, because they look like they are good friends. So for the way Sonya was yelling at her and stuff in those little clips, I'm just trying to, see, and I'm ready to see this storyline with out them calling Ralph Gay Sheree's friend ranking on. I'm ready to see all of that. So yeah, and Candy and Marlo, I'm interested in that too, because they just ghetto, and they don't know how to read, and it's just gonna be a bunch of cussing, and Candy gonna cry, and I'm just ready.
Candy gonna shock the fuck out of y'all though when she don't shed a tear.
Child,
she's just gonna get like that when she just gets upset and her voice gets like that.
Exactly. I see a lot of people in the comment are basically a lot of people are writing the show off. Okay, so
yeah, a lot of people honestly
are saying it's going on too long. I mean, I don't want it to,
but it's still the highest rated, consistently the highest rated Housewives show on.
They can get rid of.
I don't see it going anywhere.
They can get rid of a few more first.
15 seasons of the Real Housewives of Orange County, especially after
Correct. We'll be all right. Child, put me on Atlanta. Put Antonio on. We can go on there and child, we can.
my man.
Okay, we don't have any call-ins today, which is surprising, but that's fine. We do have one, and it's our very own. Hey, Chase.
Yes, best friend.
What's going on, Chase?
Jasmine.
Oh my God, best friend! Don't come in here doing that. Lean in.
Listen.
We can talk about this
too much with this Kenya thing already, love. You're doing too much with this Kenya thing, love. Already.
No, okay, you're doing too much right now with it, love, because we can talk about it on the phone. You can call me. You don't have to do this.
What you got to say?
We're gonna talk about it off the line. We're not gonna read each other on the line. We're gonna read each other off the line. We never break it up for the girls in front of the public. I just want to say congratulations on the new.
Go ahead.
It's not an alliance; it's a real friendship. And I wanted to congratulate you guys on a new season. I thoroughly enjoyed the review. You guys are doing good. Some of you need a little work. We'll talk about it later. But for the most part, I'm very happy to see you guys. And I just thoroughly enjoyed last night's premiere. And I definitely am enjoying you guys' commentary. And so I just wanted to wish you, a good season. And, Drew has already worked me. I'm tired. I'm done. Y'all talked about Drew today for a good 10 to 15 minutes. And it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is just the first episode, y'all. Y'all, we gonna have at least
Drew's giving. That means
19
Drew
more.
giving a little content then.
And I don't want nobody to be Team Drew when this is all over because we already know who started this out. So
we're gonna see.
I don't have the best.
I'm giving her a fair chance.
Taste.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I don't want to keep you guys long. Big ups, Lovable Lisa. Big ups to you guys. I just had to shout Lovable Lisa a lot because we love Lovable Lisa. And I'll be tuned in. You guys make sure you guys keep leaning in. Great panel. Mwah.
Thank you, Chase.
All right, thank you, Chase.
All right,
that's the truth, Ty Savage.
Well, actually, we don't even have Lisa is not calling in today, but we do have Lovable Daddy. Hey, Danny.
Dan.
What?
I'm not camera ready, so I couldn't,
I get that.
That's all right.
Demicia, I wanted to call in and say good job on your first full, panel as a regular. I just wanted to, give you a thumbs up. I'll give you some, I'll still go on you in the chat, but here I'm just joking. But the Jasmine, you also got to do that voice for me later, the candy voice again.
Please send it in a voice.
Yeah.
Her other.
No, but I was reading some of the comments and they said the show can't go on much longer but I disagree with that. OC's been on what? 19, 18 something seasons.
OC is on season 16. They're about to go into 17.
Yeah, so Atlanta, if they can stay on, Atlanta can stay on longer too.
Right.
We don't have many of us, so don't try to just
don't write them off yet. I agree, Dan.
Right.
I agree.
Past season, he was absolutely horrible.
And I think it was a nice. It's just the first episode, but it was a nice comeback for Sheree so far. She looked really good. She didn't stutter too much, just a couple of times.
Not yet.
I'm dead.
Yeah. That's all. Just wanted to say, hey, miss y'all.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you, Danny.
Bye, Danny.
Bye.
Okay, we don't have no. I'm gonna see what Lisa usually call in.
Yeah, check out
I ain't even seen her in the chat though.
Oh, now y'all gonna call in when I say call now. Look. All right, this gonna be the last call in. Hey, Mel, what's going on? Welcome back to the Links for a long time.
I know it. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
What's up, Mel? How are you?
I'm doing good. You know what? I'm going to say that this season is winning for the mere fact that it's not last season. I think the fact that this is not last season, it wins right there. And also, I want to say that, you know what? It is an adjustment because New Jersey also had that issue when Teresa went away and she came back. It was an adjustment period. Nene Leakes, whether people love her or hate her, it's hard to replace that energy. It's hard to replace some of the veterans. And I think that when you try it, it takes time for people to really grow on you. So maybe this season might be the transition season, but it was cute. It wasn't major. It wasn't anything to really, write home about. But it was a cute episode. It was definitely better than last year. And the new lady reminds me. I can't remember the lady from Married to Medicine, but I remember Mariah was having a dinner. And a lady was reading heavily at the table, and they said, "Oh my God!"
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what saying gives me that feeling. Like, you know what? I'm cute. I'm small. I'm sitting here, but if you try me, I will get you together. So she reminds me of that. I was like, okay, So it's good season, but I think it's hard to really. I think any of these series, it's hard to really replace the veterans. The energy is magical, and they controversial. They a lot of money. It's a lot of problems, but. They it works for the show, and it's hard to replace that energy. So it is what it is. But thank God it's not last year, so I'm happy about that.
Yes.
Yeah, it was horrible. Oh God, the Bolo thing was just.
So do you think, Mel, that this episode was better than all of last season?
I think this episode was better than the last two seasons of the Housewives of Atlanta.
Ooh.
Because the girls, that show is not. I've not really watched it faithfully for a long time, so. I'm hoping that it was cute. It was cute. It wasn't too, and I think Kenya is so beautiful. I like when she's not doing like crazy stuff. I remember I was on talking somewhere else, and I said I like Kenya. I used to love her. I used to be obsessed. Like when her and Paula was flirting, I would run home just to watch the episode because I used to love all the energy, even though it was wrong, but I liked her. But so I like when she's quiet. I mean, it was wrong because he was married and all that.
I mean, it's good that you can acknowledge that it was wrong. Still, I mean that's hard for some people to do. So that's I'm like, hey,
yeah. I mean, listen, he was a married man, but it was good TV. But I was going to say for me, I like when Kenya's not really bringing cookie ladies and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
but I do know for me as a viewer, she's capable of that. So yes, if the girls try her, she will come out with all type of crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. But I like that she doesn't come in that strong because it makes it more organic for me. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And doing a good job. And I love the lean. I tell you this on Instagram all the time because people talking about exclusive and all the other crap. I was like, no, exclusive is right here. So
honk the horn on their ass, Mel. Let them know.
Mel was not to mention, but Mel was actually probably one of our first few calls. I feel like we first started having call-ins like a year ago this time. So yeah, him and Kyra were like the first two callers we ever had. Yeah, so welcome back. Hey, it's been a while, but thank you for supporting still.
You know what? I'm on the the replay team. People who watch the reruns.
Watch live.
That's where I'm at all the time.
Well, I appreciate it, and we're glad to see you still here.
I'm here.
And Beverly Hills is next week, child. Get ready.
I'm ready. Thank you.
That's when it's gonna go down. But we're gonna let you go, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you for calling in. All right. So that concludes our show. I think everybody is in agreement that this episode was a good episode. Hope you enjoyed our commentary. I enjoyed the time with Demisio, Jasmine, Antonio. Shout out to Daddy and Chase for calling in as well as Mel. We're gonna go ahead and lean out. Go ahead and hit that like button. We'll be here every week at 8:30 Eastern time. We did it early, 30 minutes early today because I took off today because I moved, so I had a little flexibility. But the usual time will be 5:30 Pacific or 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So mark your calendars; it'll always be the same for Atlanta. We got another 2 months to go or whatever.
At least
the deal starts next week, and right after this, it's not live, but we're doing Antonio and Sammy and I are doing a full season recap of Selling Sunset. So if you watch that, that'll be a posted video, not a live. So look out for that. Make sure you hit the like button, and y'all have a good rest of y'all Monday, and we'll see y'all next week. Okay?
And even if you don't watch Selling Sunset, still watch The Lean.
Y'all been listening to Antonio because Antonio got all in that camera just like that.
Really lean.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you to BC Antonio. We'll tell y'all later. And Jasmine too. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.